shown you a little bit in at least 2 other videos prior, a little bit about cheek weld. And there's a couple things to remember when we're talking about rifle position. Everything we've done so far has been cheek weld like so. Okay, we're shooting offhand or upright or shooting going through berms or whatever it is. When we're looking at cheek weld related to precision, we want to do 2 things to set up our scope to start with. First, we want to turn it to the highest magnification, and then we want to make sure that our focus is perfect. And you know, fortunately my focus is pretty good there. Okay, so adjust your focus for whatever you're going to do and set it up. So first I want to check and make sure that when I come up that my vision is correct, that I'm in the cheek weld exactly correctly. But then what happens when I go reverse kneel or prone and I change my axis as it relates to the axis of the gun? So for instance, if I go up, now you should be able to see, I mean, I'm kind of simulating a prone position. You should be able to see that this distance right here changes as I go up and down. Okay, now it's longer. When I go up, it shortens up a little bit. And that's natural. It's okay. But what we need to do is when we're setting up our scope initially, we need to make sure that the eye relief, the eye box is set up for the prone position and it works for the offhand position. Everything that we do, if we have it set correctly at our highest magnification and set up for prone, should work for the other positions. It should work when we turn it down to 1x too.
So how exactly do you do that? You know, when I set up my scopes, you know, I typically go with the end of the scope right around the charge handle. This one's a little bit further back than Mark's, and you know, you got to tailor it per you and your body. But that's where we start, right? You get the end of the scope pretty close to the end of the charge handle, and then from there you've got the adjustment of moving your stock in and out, and more importantly, your cheek pad can go up or down.
Right.
So you know, you start with bringing it up, having it on the full magnification, 6 power, bringing it up and having it clear. Okay, so once you get this, and your scope adjusted to where when you don't move your head, you bring it up and it's open, and it's a nice open eye relief, then you've got that part down. Then you kind of do the same thing from there in the prone position for the reasons that Mark just explained. Right. And you'll make more minimal adjustments once you get down into the prone position, but once you get it in the prone position, it'll still come up offhand really nice. And so, you know, it doesn't take much time, and it's actually really easy to do, but it's very, very important.
Yeah, and you can do this at your kitchen table looking out the sliding glass door too. You know, this is a Royal Arms stock. This is an LMT stock. All of the guns that Matt and I shoot in competition have adjustable stocks. They may not be adjustable on the fly, but they're set up for us and set up correctly for us. So, again, this comes from experience in getting things set up. For the first several years, I shot with a standard collapsible stock and no big deal, and I didn't know what I was doing. And then I started figuring out, okay, I'm missing this kind of target in this kind of position. Why? And I went back and analyzed it. It's because my cheek position was in the wrong place.
You got to dip your head too much.
Right. And so when we go to matches, especially local matches, when we're shooting with, you know, the local guys that are kind of learning 3-gun, it's amazing how many times we see them on the 200 and the 300 yard stages just go to war on targets, and they're adjusting their cheek position and their hand position and everything all the time. Get it set up at home, understand what we mean about the best position forward and the best position from the prone, and make sure everything is focused and your eye box is correct. Now, the eye box being correct is if I go forward and I start to see blackout, or I come back and I start to see the reticle constrict, that means I'm out of the eye box. So most optics are going to have an eye box of about 1 inch. So you want to set up so that your inch that you have when you're prone is going to extend to the back when you go to offhand. All right?
Hope that helps.